This is a song, this is an indie song by a group called Alt J. It's called Breeze Blocks. She may contain the urge to run away, but hold her down with soggy clothes and breeze blocks. Citrazine, your fevers grip me again. Never kisses or you ever send her full stops. Do you know where the wild things go? They go along to take your honey. Break down our beat, build our breakfast. Now let's eat my love, 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 la 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 la. Muscle to muscle and toe to toe. The fear has gripped me, but here I go. My heart sinks as I jump up. Your hand grips hand as my eyes shut. And ah, 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 ah. Do you know where the wild things go? They go along to take your honey. Break down our sleep, build our breakfast. Now let's eat my love, love.
There were no provisions made for my practical mission to restore her flawed view to elastic precision. We met in class and agreed on the facts of addition, but then I moved to calculus while she was back in division. Now could it all just be a lie? Was she pulling my leg? Was the comfort of my shoulder just a seat for her head? Were the drippings in the faces just a playful charade? Or could she gain by using me as a board for a game? Cause I don't play, I got rules, but they're not for recreation. Tell me what you want in house, I can make a reservation. Playing hard to get, then go and get another. Cause this brother has no time for being smothered by advice from your mother. But I digress, this empress I tried to impress, not with my money and my swag, but my personal zest. She was attracted and showed it by blushing and such, fluttering eyelashes in a welcoming touch. But she warned me, sir, I've been hurt so many times. I've been round the block and been bruised of bad apples and limes. Could you give me a moment to gather and think it over? I'd rather be safe and sober than placed in front of a boulder. But your shoulder was so warm and outside the door was so cold. The way you approached me was bold, but I don't know. I can't afford to be drunk in love in my current condition. Please forgive me for my early remission. So while I'm driving down the road intoxicated, anticipating this lady's slow recovery, I soon discovered without response she walked away from intent on the higher level, and in this way told me worship was a thing of the devil.
Honk! Honk! Yeah, that was me. Get a move on. Dang it, I can't stand these people. And all their dawdling little lives, always on their cell phones, distracted by the radios. How can their crappy little brains and their short attention span compute so much without overloading? Now that must be an effing miracle from God. Honk! Get out of my way. You gotta be crazy just skateboarding right in front of me. Green light was for me. I'm having a heart attack. Help me! Help me! I yell, but the honks and the sirens of the city's noise, no one hears me. The pressure's in my head and in my chest. I fall forward, and in my last moment, honk! The title of this one is Love.
It goes without saying that you and I have a different kind of love. That unbreakable, agape kind of love. That you make me want to be a better me, differences kind of love. That my whole life has changed since you came in. Kind of love it. Even though I can't sing a lick of passion in my heart, ignites a joyful ride in the heavens, and the angels rejoice for us. We got that boo-boo kind of love. Yeah, I said it. We got that for us, by us kind of love that no one could understand but us. We got that one in a
I have
million
6
kind of
left feet and a pocket full of ankles. But if you dance with me tonight, you will not regret it. You see, I've got this fetish for your presence. You fooled me once, but it is not until tomorrow that I pray I learn my lesson. Your arms, leisuring along the coast of all those places, sitting distant from all 3 lighthouses, I was wondering, could you teach me? What is the difference between tears and the ocean? Because faint waves only speak to the progressiveness and fears of our emotions, I feel the sticking process has gotten out of hand. Passing the palms and trees, hot summers, warm knees shaking from your touch. I have never been allowed to glance at such a beautiful storm. But it is probably because I have always been too afraid to go out in the rain.
It had been a long time since them big atomic bombs went off. quite sure what year it is right now. Everybody sure one thing. A lot of time done passed. And when I say a lot of time, I mean a lot of time. It's a bunch of years in the future now. Many things done changed and many things done stayed the same since them bombs were sent our way. I say about a year after them bombs came was around the time they came from out there in space somewhere. Why these came after the bomb took away much of the earth and its people, we ain't never been sure. They just landed on earth right here where we done settled and took up living here with us. They came down on a big shiny spaceship that made no noise, but it kicked up more dust than a little. Lord, it was more scary than seeing them bombs coming our way. They's done been with us now for some time. We don't even notice them anymore. They ain't never said why they came or what they really want. They just walk among us, looking at everything and everybody. I always thought maybe they was waiting for something or somebody. I don't rightly know.
What do I see? Politicians on the news giving predictable speeches, stripping me daily of my right to dissent. They put pressure on other countries to refine and repent, yet decline the local objections to this mindless defense. Don't endorse a retreat and force a reteach. That's what they bury, yet like delusion is a load that I'm willingly glad to carry. Their hysterical methods to deliberate causes wreckage. Human life is invested in a venture that's so protested. They smile and offer concessions to coffins through a message of hope, in hopes of gaining an electoral vote. Bodies are piling, and I wanted them to sentiment laughter, but apparently leaders relish in an air of disaster. I see the people moving to a dangerous state. I see and hear the TV, the radio, and the problems they create, but the leaders share their duties in our face, and they say it's for humanity's sake. I see the people moving to a dangerous state. I see and hear the TV, the radio, and the problems they create, but the leaders share their duties in our face, and they say it's for humanity's sake. Who do I see? Sickened citizens enraptured by societal trends, stricken with ignorance and leaders within. The dissemination of images through media is hard to defend, though remedial leaders strive to pretend. What passes for entertainment is insanity, marked by profanity, meant to degrade the human mind by praising vanity and fantasy regions where behavior is inconsequential. Let's call reality and accept it as an essential. If the country's in a state of stupidity where a notion can come afloat and no one seems to check its validity, I might as well throw myself over a bridge and hang for the rest of our kids, because they don't have much longer to live. For democratic conventions to thrive, the people have to remain alive and override the defects of the time, because the tide rises, the tide falls, and minds are deceived by the parents, government, leaders, teachers, neighbors, and priests. If collectivism is true, then 1 + 1 isn't 2. It's whatever the better settle and sell us as proof. They like to make the mind irrelevant and set us in zoos, fetter and tether us in chains to hypothetical views. I'm not an animal, feed me intellectual food. My ambrosia is beholden to the crest of the moon, not to the overzealous zest of some pestilent tune. That's why I isolate myself instead of nesting in crews.
Hey.